What's up, cool cats and kittens? It is another week of gambling advice straight from New York City. The handicapper you can trust, Sissy. 4-1 last week. What a week. We are back after a bad week 2 weeks ago. 4-1. Huge week. And I think it was because I let her make the picks. I didn't even get involved. So.
Oh, that's a lie, Matthew.
I'm just saying. I threw it out there. You made the picks, and I raked in the money.
You all don't believe that.
All right, so if you didn't see last week's video, here's how we're doing it. I've got some games that I think are interesting, maybe worth putting some money on. I'm going to present them to her, see what she thinks. We'll find at least 5 picks out of these, and we'll roll with those. I looked at these like 2 days ago. I just realized that these might not even be up to date on what the lines and stuff are. And every game's been moved 100 times because of COVID, so who knows what's going on. But this is what I wrote down 2 days ago. This is what we're rolling with. All right, first game I have on my card. New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Saints are 3-point favorites. Saints still without Drew Brees. Falcons coming off an absolute beatdown of the Las Vegas Raiders. What do you think?
New Orleans.
You like New Orleans?
Yeah,
there?
I heard some good stuff on the news about them.
Okay. All right, so we'll put that one down.
Yeah, that one was pretty much a definite.
Okay, good. All right, next one. We've got the Bengals traveling down to Miami, South Beach, Big Willie style, going down there with Will Smith. I think Joe Mad was down there at one point in time. I don't remember. To face the Miami Dolphins. They wouldn't go to Miami to play anybody else. That wouldn't make sense if they went to Miami and didn't play the Dolphins. Miami now is 11.5-point favorite. That's a very big number considering Miami is also coming off a rough loss to the Broncos. Bengals did lose Joe Burrow, no quarterback there. Miami, Tua's out. Fitzpatrick's come back in. It's kind of a weird game, but I thought that number was so big, it just made that game seem a little interesting.
Yeah, that's too much for Miami. Nah, not Miami. The Bengals.
Okay.
Wait, how do you say it?
I'm gonna put the question.
Bengals?
Yes, the Bengals or the Bengals. I've heard some people say Bengals. I'm gonna put a question mark on that one. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, because that one's kind of an iffy one, honey.
I agree. All right, so now we've got. I almost always have to put New York teams in here because it's just fun to get. That's what she knows best. It's New York. So we got everybody's favorite New York team, the Jets. That's right. Isn't that what we established last week? The Jets are the preferred team of New Yorkers. I don't know. The Jets are hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, so it's one of those weird West Coast to East Coast games. The Raiders just got stomped by the Falcons last week. That was the weirdest game of the season, in my opinion, because I don't know
how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Vegas has been playing really well. They're in contention for a playoff spot. Atlanta's been terrible most of the season. Like, I could have seen Atlanta maybe like stepping up and getting a win, but they beat them like 40 to, I don't even know what the final was, like 40 to 9. It was crazy. But the Raiders are 8-point favorites traveling to New York, to the Meadowlands where Jimmy Hoffa is famously buried.
My father helped build that.
I thought you were going to say your father helped bury Jimmy Hoffa.
No.
We're going to reveal some deep secrets on this.
No, Daddy worked on that, on building that. He was a teamster.
I'm probably going to put that in the title of this episode.
What?
Secrets of Jimmy Hoffa revealed, just as a tease. Let me write that down.
That is a good one.
I'm going to write down Jimmy Hoffa secrets revealed. Remind myself to put that in the title of the episode.
Oh, Daddy really did work there.
Cool. That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think? Raiders, 8-point favorite. Do they bounce back? Jets are terrible. Can they keep it with an 8? Anything in that game,
I think the Raiders, they had a bad game last week, but I think they'll be okay.
So we like that one. We think Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put a check there.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. This one I have no analytical, statistical, footballing reasons for choosing this. Rams 3-point favorites traveling to Arizona Cardinals. Arizona seems to have run out of a little bit of steam after kind of running hot and cold. LA typically seems to just every other week be good and every other week be bad. Last week they were bad against San Francisco, so it seems like if they keep zigzagging, they'd zag back to being good this week against Arizona. But I don't know. We need to go to the expert to see what she thinks.
I'm not an expert.
New York City handicapper.
I like Arizona.
You like Arizona there? Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll probably regret that.
No, I'll put a question mark there. We won't lock that in quite yet. We've got.
Yeah, but for some reason,
I'm
I'm just feeling Arizona.
All right, here's the next one I've got on the card. Philadelphia going to Green Bay. Packers are 9.5-point favorites. Big number. Packers covered a big number last week against the Bears. I don't think the Eagles are better than the Bears, but do the Packers start to kind of come back down to earth? They've had a couple games where they could have really put it to teams and kind of let their foot off the gas. Maybe they just do enough to get by and win. Maybe Philadelphia is on its last legs. They have kind of a bounce back game like Atlanta.
I think we got to go with the Packers on this.
I like that. I agree. I think Philly stinks.
Well, I don't think that, but they have good cheesesteaks.
They do. Hey,
have you ever been there?
Speaking of good cheesesteaks, I just had some delicious tacos cooked by my wife just upstairs, shrimp tacos. If you're in the mood for tacos, go to the Taco Bell on Old Hickory Boulevard next to the Waffle House. Not the one on Lebanon Road by Walmart. The one on Old Hickory Boulevard is the official sponsor of this vlog, Taco Bell. These are good tacos. I think that's our catchphrase. Do you like how I did that? I transitioned from speaking of Philly cheesesteaks to tacos.
But it had nothing to do. But you did it. But
I'm a pro.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of which, I will say Nadine's here in Hermitage, great Philly cheesesteaks. Probably the closest you can get to real Philly's cheesesteaks in the Hermitage, Donaldson, Old Hickory area. No?
No.
Okay, well, never mind.
You've never
Sorry,
had a real,
Nadine's.
Theirs is good, but you never had a real Philly cheesesteak.
All right, so Philly cheesesteaks are going down. We've got Green Bay minus 9.5. All right, last one. Once again, got to throw the New York teams into the mix. Giants traveling to Seattle, so New York to Seattle, long trip. Seahawks 10-point favorites in this game.
Wow.
Giants might be without their quarterback. Daniel Jones hurt his hamstring in the last game. Hasn't come out yet if he'll be available for this game or not.
We lost on the Giants last week.
Seattle's seemingly cleaned their defense up a little bit, but they're still playing games close. Okay, so listen to this. Last week, we had Seattle -5 on this vlog. By the time that was a Monday night game, we recorded this, I think, like last Wednesday, something like that. By the time that game happened on Monday night, it had moved to Seattle as a 6.5-point favorite. But I locked it in at -5. Whatever Sissy said, I bet it right then and there to get the number we bet on so that I wouldn't be screwed by the numbers moving. Because usually I find the numbers seem to move the wrong direction for what I want anyway, so just might as well go ahead and bet early if I have a bet I want to do. So it moves to 6.5. Monday Night Football, Seattle, Philadelphia. Seattle's comfortably leading the whole game. Looks like it's going to be the easiest cover in the world. They never quite pull away. Second half, they basically stopped throwing the ball. DK Metcalf had like 200 yards receiving, and then Russell Wilson just stopped throwing the ball. They just were running, trying to grind out the game, trying to run the clock down. But they're still, up by 2 scores. It's comfortably going to be a cover. Late in the game, less than a minute left, Philadelphia throws up essentially a Hail Mary. Miracle one-handed catch by one of their tight ends. Score. So we go to... They're down by 8. But there's 12 seconds left in the clock. So there's really no reason to go for 2. The game's pretty much over. Just kick the extra point. Be down by 7. Go home. For some reason, the Eagles decide to go for 2. They get it. So suddenly, what has been a comfortable cover, especially for people who I was comfortable because it was still -5, but that -6.5 goes out the window because suddenly Seattle's only up by 6. Onside kick doesn't go well. Game ends. Seattle wins by 6. Everybody who waited and got Seattle at 6.5 loses their bet on a crazy bad beat at the end.
Yeah.
Us who bet early, we won. So, not to brag. Lock in whatever we pick because that's what you got to do. All that to say, Seattle is home for the New York Giants, 10-point favorite. Is that too much? Are the Giants in trouble without their quarterback, possibly? What do we think about this game?
I'm going to go against my Giants.
I think Seattle
because they're traveling. I think they do better at their home base.
Where your father buried Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going Seattle -10. I like that. I can get with that. All right, so we got 4. I think these are still scheduled for Monday night. I don't know. There's been like 100 reschedules with COVID stuff going on, especially with the Ravens. So I don't know where these games are actually going to be happening. But I think I know where they're happening. I think they're scheduled for Monday. Could be wrong. Doesn't matter. Here's what they are. Pittsburgh hosting the Washington football team. Pittsburgh, 9.5-point favorites. They've been going through the ringer lately because they got screwed and had their schedule shuffled more than anybody due to COVID. And they've had a few, but they haven't, they were on the Wrong end of the stick for the Titans game rescheduled. Wrong end of the stick for the Ravens game get rescheduled. Now they've got to pull it together to play the Redskins, bad word, Washington football team, who have been looking a little frisky lately. They're actually in a good spot to somehow win that terrible division. I don't know that Washington can win this game, but 9.5 seems like too big of a number.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, they haven't really beat anybody other than the Bengals by that kind of a score. Bengals. Haven't beat anybody other than the Bengals by that wide of a margin. With everything going on, the weird schedules flipping, Washington getting a little bit of hotness underneath them. Alex Smith's been playing well. My thought on that game, this is just my thought, is that's too big of a number. I would take Washington.
I was going to say Washington, that I think it's too big.
I do too.
I don't see it happening.
Okay, I'm going to put a check there. So we've got 5 check marks, but let's go through the other couple. The other thing I've got one more game. We'll see maybe if we like that one better.
It's a better card today.
I thought there was better games to gamble on this week. Last week's schedule just looked terrible. Like all the games looked like they didn't make sense. This schedule I thought, there's, what do I got here? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 8 games for us to pick from. A little bit better week. All right, so last one, completing the New York trifecta. Buffalo Bills traveling to San Francisco. They're a 3-point favorite. San Francisco had a big win last week against the Rams. They're getting a little healthy. Buffalo's been good, but they've kind of been up and down. It's a big East Coast to West Coast trip for them. Any thoughts?
I don't know. You lost me in your whole storyline.
Perfect. We've got 5 picks. We don't need that one. We can just cross that off. Okay. All right, so here's our official 5 picks for this week. We are going with New Orleans -3 at the Atlanta Falcons. We're going with Las Vegas -8 at the New York Jets. We're going with the Green Bay Packers -9.5 hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Going with the Seahawks over the Giants by 10 points in Seattle. Washington to cover +9.5 at Pittsburgh. Those are our 5 picks. I like those. I'm pretty happy with those. I think you did good work. Now I want to throw something else at you. These are separate from the usual Sissy picks. These are just ones I want to get a little feedback on. Some kind of little exoticas, a little bit of spicy picks that I thought. Okay, so I was looking at it. NFC East, that's the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, and the, holy crap, my brain just died. Who am I missing? Washington football team, did I say that? Washington,
No, you didn't say
New York, Philadelphia, Dallas. NFC East, by far the worst division in football. The team that wins that division is probably going to have a losing record and then somehow get to host a playoff game because that's how the NFL works. Not really fair, but that's what it is. I think they all have a good chance to lose this week. We got Washington against Pittsburgh. Dallas plays, I don't know who because their game got moved. I think Baltimore.
Dallas has been just sucking really bad.
They were terrible on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, Green Bay, that looks like a loss for Philly. And then the Giants in Seattle, that looks like a loss. So if we parlay Green Bay, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, the 4 teams the NFC East teams are playing, we parlay those 4 to win, put in $10, you might be able to get like 30, 40, 50 back. I don't know what the odds are that, but I kind of like that. A 14 parlay, all NFC East just trash parlay. What do you think?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. That's it for this week for Sissy's Picks. I think we've got some winners on here. I would encourage you to follow along with us.
Thanks for listening.
I'm not going to wrap it up because I'm actually going to go do the Cats college football pick videos now. So you'll see both in one video this week because I don't feel like editing 2 videos. Have the
Cats been beating me?
No, the Cats have been terrible.
Oh.
Cats went like 1-4 last week.
Good.
The Cats are still on the system I did with you at first where I make the picks and then I have the Cats pick between my picks. So it's probably me.
It probably is. But the Cats are, they've been up to no good lately ever since she put in those new wall cat things.
And I haven't figured out a system where Cats can intelligently make their own picks the way you are. So you're slightly ahead of the Cats in that regard.
Yeah, I would think so.
But anyway, we're going to figure something out because I need some winners on college football Saturday from the Cats. So stay tuned for that. You don't have to go anywhere. It's going to happen right now. And we're back. It's time to get some college football winners from the Cats. I actually just had this shirt designed and put into the merch store linked down below. It's Toby with his fat wad of cash. On the back it says, can you see it? Toby only picks winners, which has not proven to be the case lately. The Cats have been on an absolutely cold streak. I think they went 1-4 last week. But like I said, with Sissy, they're my picks. The Cats are just choosing which one of my bad picks we're gonna go with. So I'm changing it up. Instead of doing 10 different picks and having the Cats pick between some of them, I picked 5 games where I like one side of the game, but I could see it going the other way. So I'm gonna give the Cats a choice. They can go with the side I like or the other way. I reserve the right to veto one pick if there's one that I just feel I want to stick with that I don't want to take the Cats' advice on, but that's gonna be the system. Instead of just 10 random picks, it's gonna be 5 games. The Cats pick which side we're going with. So we've got Miami and Duke. I like Miami, but I could see Duke covering. Clemson and Virginia Tech. I like Clemson, but it's a big number. It's possible Virginia Tech doesn't get completely demolished. Texas A&M and Auburn. I like Texas A&M. Texas A&M. But this is the time of year where Gus Malzahn pulls out some unexpected wins, saves his job, and pisses off all the Auburn fans that he's going to be their coach again next year. So, next one, Arkansas, Mizzou. I like Mizzou because they just absolutely demolished Vanderbilt, but it was just Vandy. Vandy's terrible. They seem to be falling apart at the seams. Arkansas has had a decent season. Who knows? It could go either way. I'm happy with which one the Cats take, but I kind of like Mizzou. And the last one, the Cats and Ole's going to be a part of this, are going to be choosing from Ohio State versus Michigan State. I like Michigan State in this one because for whatever reason, Ohio State just hasn't been able to play defense. They haven't been able to close anybody out. Michigan State's been playing a little bit better than I think people expect them to. I think the last time I looked, the number was Ohio State 22.5. Can they beat Michigan State by 22.5? Who do they have? Because they've been dealing with some COVID stuff on their end. Feels like a big number to me. I like Michigan State to cover, but if the Cats took Ohio State, I'd probably roll with it. So those are 5 games. We're going to let the Cats pick which side we're going to go on. Once again, I do reserve the right to veto one. If they pick one side that I don't like, I will veto one game. But they might pick everything. I might look at them all and say, these are perfect. We're going with these 5. It's in the hands of the Cats and their knowledge. Toby only picks winners. You can buy this shirt too if you like it. It's in my merch store down below. Okay. Who wants to go first? Ole, you want to go first? Larry's over there already fiddling with the box. Uh-oh. You might be in trouble, Ole. Don't you do it, Larry. Okay, he backed off. Let's get some picks. What do you think? Yes? Okay, first pick. We've got Arkansas. I'm going to put Missouri on this side. I'm going to put Arkansas on this side. Let's see what we got here. Need a cat for this. We have Larry. Chill out, Larry. Okay. Okay. Larry has selected Missouri. We have our first pick of the day, Missouri. Okay. And he's gone back in the box. Okay, so since we have in the box, let's see if we can get a second. Oh, he's come back out. Just son of a gun. All right, let's do Auburn, A&M. What are we gonna get? Come here. Sit. Okay, I'm counting that. He went out on this side. Ole has selected Texas A&M. We got Texas A&M, and we got Missouri on the board so far as our picks. Larry, you wanna make another? We're gonna let Larry choose between Clemson and Virginia Tech. Go back over here. And Larry has emerged on the side of Clemson. Okay, so we got Toby. He only picks winners. All right, Toby. You've always been a big fan of the Big Ten, from my understanding, so I'm going to let you pick the Big Ten game. We've got, hang on, Michigan, Ohio State for Toby to choose from. Picks winners. This is what you do, Toby. This is your style. This is your game. Toby has emerged, and Toby has selected, oh, he's back in. Are you having second thoughts? Why don't you go back in? Hold on. I think Toby had second thoughts on his pick, so we're going to give him one more chance. Ohio State or Michigan State, what's it going to be? Toby's made his home in the box. I keep forgetting, like my wife told me, boxes are basically cat traps. Did Toby come out? Did we have Toby come out? Oh, there's no Toby in here. Hold on, I gotta rewind the tape and see where Toby ended up. I knew he was gonna come out the second I left, so let's rewind the tape and see where Toby went. Okay, so after further review, we went back, we looked at the tape, we found out that Toby came out on the side of Michigan State. Good selection by Toby, so we have one more pick to go. We need a hero to hold on to the morning light. He's got to be strong and he's got to be brave. Doesn't matter if he's wrong or right. I don't think that's the right words. I don't know. I gotta go find Mr. Cat. I had him, and then Toby made his pick, and I had to rewind the tape, and so let's try this again with Mr. Cat. Miami or Duke. It's all on the line. Money to be made. One more cat to rule them all. Okay, here he is. Our final selectionist of the evening, Mr. Cat. Oh, he has emerged. We have a selection. You did good. Oh, and he ran away. Miami, final pick. All right, so we've got Michigan State to cover versus Ohio State. Clemson to beat the fire out of Virginia Tech. A&M to win by at least a touchdown against Auburn. Mizzou, I believe it was 2.5 over Arkansas. And Miami, I think it's 14.5 over Duke. So actually the Cats kind of picked in line with what I probably would have picked, so I don't see a need to veto any. So we're going to stick with those 5 picks. Toby only picks winners. Fingers crossed. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this. We're going to add this on to our NFL picks. Make sure you gamble responsibly. Leave me your picks down below. What are you doing this weekend for games? What am I missing out on? What should I add, if anything, college or NFL? Comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you get all notifications when we do new videos. Lots of good stuff coming. Going to the Titans game this weekend, so we'll have a new Titans game day blog coming next week. Probably do some live videos while I'm at the Titans game too, so if you have the bell turned on for notifications, you'll get notified when those happen. Gamble responsibly. Don't stand so close to me. I'll see myself out. Go see who's got the best odds on our winners and make our picks. Like I said, bet early. Get the lines where you want them.